Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Logistics Freight Snapshot. I'm your host, Miles Diesel. And this week we're talking about something that could start pushing freight rates higher across the country, diesel prices. Over the past week, diesel experienced one of the biggest jumps in trucking industry in years. The national average jumped about 96 cents per gallon in a single week, which is roughly a 25% increase. In some places like California, diesel is already sitting at over $6 a gallon. And why does that matter? Well, fuel is one of the largest operating costs in trucking, and refrigerated freight feels that pressure faster than other types of freight because you're burning fuel in two different places: the tractor that's actually moving the load, and the refrigeration unit on the trailer to keep your refrigerated freight at the right temperature. And when diesel jumps this quickly, carriers start adjusting their pricing immediately. And that's happening at the same time that the broader freight market has experienced tightening. Spot freight rates across the trucking industry are already running nearly 19% higher than they were a year ago. So what does that mean for purchasing managers? Well, if diesel stays elevated, it's not going to be surprising to see freight quotes increase anywhere from 5 to 20%, especially on shorter notice shipments. Carriers simply become more selective about which loads they move when operating costs rise. This doesn't mean the freight market is exploding, but it does mean operating costs are climbing, and those costs eventually show up in freight pricing. And finally, did you know that average refrigerated trailer can cost more than $100,000 more than a standard dry van trailer because of the refrigeration equipment and the insulation required in that trailer? That higher equipment cost is another reason refrigerated freight tends to react faster when operating expenses start rising. Well, that's my time today. Thanks for joining me for your Ultimate Logistics Freight Snapshot. I'm Miles Diesel, and we'll see you next time.